TikTok is a great place to go viral. Whether it's a song, a new trend, or even a product. A lot of small businesses have utilized TikTok for marketing and getting their brand noticed. We've had some really great small businesses blow up, and then we have the not so great ones. TikTok lets people selling untested, unregulated, and some downright dangerous products win the algorithm lottery and be put on your For You page. That's what happened with the pink sauce. If you guys haven't been living under a rock, I'm sure you've heard about pink sauce. Back in June, this really strange pink condiment started showing up all over the app. It was being poured on tacos, chicken, and sometimes even dessert. Of course, when you see some bright fluorescent pink Pepto-Bismol looking sauce being poured all over food, you're gonna wonder what it is, what it tastes like, and what's actually in it. Here's where things get a little bit strange. None of those questions were being answered. The pink sauce was a complete mystery, and today, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. It's a mess, so let's get into it. Before we dig into the mystery of the pink sauce, we have to talk about its creator, Chef P. Chef P is a private chef based out of Miami, and prior to the pink sauce blowing up, her social media was dedicated to posting her food. There's no denying how talented Chef P is and how passionate she is about her career. The food always looked amazing, and judging by her social media, she had big dreams for her career.
Like, I literally work 23-hour shifts sometimes. Like, I can wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and go to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning and literally have a big ass smile on my face. Like, I serve these people and they like, damn, you did that? Like, that's the best food I ever ate in my life. Like, you cook better than my grandma.
No. Her Instagram is filled with motivational posts which show someone looking for their big break, posting things like, current status, working off to be someone I can be truly proud of. I will be successful. That is not an affirmation. That is a spoiler alert. I'm going to be a millionaire. Clearly, Chef P is someone with big dreams, but I'm not sure if the pink sauce is her ticket to becoming a millionaire. On June 11th, Chef P posted her first pink sauce video to TikTok, gaining her over 800,000 views. The sauce was super bright pink, she was dipping chicken wings in it, and people were really confused. Seeing food dipped into bright pink sauce isn't something natural or something you'd expect to see, which is why these videos were blowing up. People wanted to know what it tasted like, if it was just red food coloring mixed in with a bit of ranch or mayonnaise, or if it was even edible. But Chef P wasn't telling anyone anything. She put out a TikTok claiming it was edible, but that's about it. A lot of people assumed that her not saying what it tasted like was probably just a marketing tactic. It was making people curious and creating conspiracy theories about this mysterious sauce. She did end up posting a video of one of her friends taste testing the pink sauce, and all we really got was that it was sweet, savory, and seasoned.
It is sweet, savory, seasoned really well. I love it.
Which just left people with even more questions. How can a sauce be all three things at once? Be used on desserts while also being used on things like tacos and chicken, all while being fluorescent pink. Chef P's comments started filling up with people asking what exactly was in the sauce. She was posting videos of the sauce being bottled up, assuming that she was getting ready to actually sell it, so people wanted to know the ingredients. Girl, what is in the sauce? Dragon fruit for the color? Is it seafood sauce? So like tartar sauce kinda. What is it made of? Is it food dye? Okay, but why is it pink? Natural coloring? There were thousands of comments like this, and she finally posted a video addressing the ingredients, but she didn't exactly want to say what was in the sauce.
So it is 100% naturally colored with no artificial additives. And yeah, I can't tell you the ingredients that I used to make it pink, but it's pink.
Now, people weren't having this. There's no way you can sell a food product and not tell people the ingredients. Even ketchup, which is pretty self-explanatory, has to have ingredients listed on the back. People could be allergic, have food intolerances, or, maybe just want to know what they're consuming. One person left a comment and said, "No, you kind of literally have to tell us how you made it pink." To which Chef P replied and said, "I don't have to do anything. Of course my package will have the nutrition facts." But nutrition facts are very different from an ingredients list, and you would think a private professional chef would know that. As Chef P was preparing to launch her pink sauce, people started to notice a change in the color of the sauce. The first video she posted of the pink sauce was super vibrant. It was so pink that it was almost fuchsia, and it looked like something that wouldn't be safe for human consumption. As time went on though, the sauce became lighter and lighter. It went from this to this. It literally now looks like mayonnaise mixed with a tiny little bit of ketchup. Not only did the color change, but the consistency of the sauce also changed. It used to be really thick like ranch, but now it's really watery and just drips off of anything dipped into it. There's no way that the sauce that went viral was the same sauce that she was packaging up and getting ready to sell. Chef P tried to blame the change of color on a lighting change, but I don't know about that one.
The color didn't change, just the lighting.
Chef P said they were doing everything in their power to make sure everything with the sauce would be okay and there would be little to no complaints.
Right now, we are doing quality testing to ensure that we get the best quality out to you guys to have minimum to no complaints.
Spoiler alert, that didn't age well. The one good thing I'll say, which is honestly the bare minimum, is that she did end up revealing the main ingredients for the sauce, which were dragon fruit, sunflower seed oil, chili, garlic, and honey. Clearly, we're not getting the full picture because what's making this last on a shelf? What's making it withstand shipping times in hot mail trucks for weeks on end? One comment being asked over and over again was, "What are you using to make this product shelf stable?" A lot of store-bought sauces have artificial preservatives in them to make them last from production line to store to your pantry at home. Unless her sauce is like 10 times more acidic than ketchup, mold and yeast would most likely be growing in it before it even reached your doorstep. Not to mention, this pink sauce is clearly cream-based. It's been described by her family and friends as tasting like ranch. So where is the milk in the ingredients list, and how is she planning on shipping dairy? When people went online to buy the sauce, the scary truth was revealed. Milk. Of course, the pink sauce contains milk. So tell me why Chef P was shipping these things out in thin little bags with no insulation, no freezer pack, while the world is experiencing some of the hottest temperatures ever. After 3 weeks of these things sitting in the mail system in the heat with nothing to keep them cool, people finally started to receive them, and it was a complete disaster. The pink sauce was showing up on customers' doorsteps completely bloated.
The first thing I noticed is it's super watery, like people said it is. I'm just a little worried about it being swollen. I don't know if this is considered swollen or not, or if that's what the bottle is, but I'm gonna refrigerate it and I think we're gonna try it.
As I'm sure a lot of you guys know, bloating in food packaging typically happens when bacteria starts to grow. The bacteria starts to feed on the food inside of the package, it releases gas, and since the package is still sealed, the gas can't escape and it causes it to bloat. One customer's package was so bloated that it actually exploded.
Oh my God. Look at this! It don't even say pink sauce on this. Oh my, it's gone. There's nothing else in here. Like, it's gone.
This is no longer just a funny TikTok thing that went viral. This is people's health and safety at risk. Videos showing people taste testing and reviewing the pink sauce are blowing up right now, and those people are at risk of getting sick. Yes, these people should know better, and they should be putting their health over views, but as a business owner, Chef P is responsible for selling food products that meet the FDA guidelines and don't put people's health at risk. TikTok is now even putting warnings on reviews of the pink sauce and saying, participating in this activity could result in you or others getting hurt. Imagine that warning needing to be on a food review. That's how bad the pink sauce is. This is honestly just so crazy, and obviously people are buying it because right now it's sold out. You couldn't even buy this sauce right now if you wanted to, and at $20 per bottle, I'm sure she made a huge profit. People in the comments have been telling Chef P that she's gonna end up getting someone really sick and finding herself in the middle of a huge lawsuit. Tons of comments are saying that she isn't even FDA approved, and Chef P said she doesn't have to be because she isn't selling drugs.
I'm not afraid. I'm not doing anything wrong. I am following FDA standards. So y'all keep talking about FDA approved. What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products. The pink sauce is not a medical product. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health. I never said that. Did I?
Unfortunately for Chef P, the F in FDA does in fact stand for food. No, she doesn't have to be FDA approved like pharmaceuticals do, but she does need to be registered with the FDA, and there are guidelines that she needs to follow. Forbes did this whole article about the misconception of food needing to be FDA approved, and this is what they had to say. This is a reminder that just because you see what looks like a nutrition facts label on a product doesn't mean that the FDA has given its seal of approval. These days, anyone with a computer and proper software can put together what looks like a nutrition facts label. And the FDA doesn't have the resources right now to find and police each and every incidence of such a label. But personally, I don't think they're even following the FDA guidelines because the product inside isn't the only issue people are finding with the pink sauce. The actual physical label for the sauce had so many errors. The first mistake was a spelling of the word vinegar, where Chef P spelt it as VINGER. Yes, that's a harmless mistake, but when you're selling a food product that people are eating and you're charging $20 per bottle, maybe it would be a good idea to double check your spelling. The serving size label on the back was also wrong. The bottle said there were 444 servings per bottle, which means the bottle should be massive.
And it looks like I probably got the batch that doesn't have the wrong serving sizes. Let's see. Yeah, it says 1 tablespoon.
Turns out it was a typo, and it should have said 444 grams of product in the bottle, not 444 serving sizes. The correct serving size is seen right here, and it's 1 tablespoon or 14.4 grams. So yeah, kind of a big error to miss. She also said that there was no raw garlic in the pink sauce.
The pink sauce contains 0 raw garlic ingredient. There will be legal action taken against anyone posting false information about the pink sauce.
Yet in the video of her making it, you can clearly see raw garlic. Not to mention, it's taking people weeks to receive their bottles of the pink sauce, and when they do, they're noticing that the expiry date is only a few short weeks away, with 1 bottle claiming to expire on the 27th of August. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've never bought a condiment that expires so quickly, especially one for $20. This tells me that Chef P must know that there isn't really any preservatives in the sauce to keep it safe, but failed to realize that shipping it unprotected in the heat would make it go bad in the matter of hours. Clearly there's some major red flags with this pink sauce, and Chef P has been receiving tons of backlash. People have been saying that they've gotten sick from it. Some people have claimed that it landed them in the hospital.
Y'all really need to stop buying these pink sauce from that girl on TikTok. Look where I ended up.
And although those things aren't confirmed and there's no way to tell if this person is actually in the hospital because of the pink sauce, it's pretty safe to say that you should avoid eating anything that shows up bloated and liquefied. A lot of people think that Chef P is gonna end up with a huge lawsuit on her hands. There's no way a business, especially a food business that's running properly, would miss spelling the ingredients wrong or getting the serving size wrong. Those are huge mistakes that you typically wouldn't see with a safe or legitimate business. Now that she's actually selling this stuff to the public and putting people's lives at risk, she's getting a ton of backlash, and rightfully so. It's no longer just a funny thing that people are making conspiracies about. It was serious, and someone was gonna get ill or even worse. So guess what happens next? Chef P posted a video claiming that FDA was at her door, making sure that she was complying with FDA guidelines.
We paused, like we didn't ship out anything. We haven't shipped out any packages since, we have became aware of this issue. We also let our customers know that we are working expeditiously to correct any issues that we, are facing right now today for the pink sauce to be as successful as it needs to be, and also to, you know, show the people that actually support the sauce that it is safe, and we are taking the precautions to make sure that they are not worried about their health concerns.
Gotcha.
And we fixed the packaging as well.
Okay. Well, on the business card has my email address. Any changes you make to your label before you wait to spend money creating something that might not be accurate yet. If you have like a draft copy, you can send it, and then I can review it with you and approve it and say, hey, you're good to go now.
Right.
And then at that time, we can also, well, next week, because we have a conference all for most of that first part of next week.
Okay.
After that, I'll be able to either revisit or discuss with you or call you to discuss it. I don't have contact information for you at all, though.
I will give it to you right now.
Right away, people knew that this was so fake. No FDA agent is showing up at your door unannounced without some kind of warrant. Here's what people had to say. That's not how the FDA works. It's illegal impersonating federal agents. That's not the FDA. They don't do house calls. We know she's lying because they would have issued out citations and told her to cease productions until it's verified. It looks like Chef P might be starting to get a little bit nervous about either having a lawsuit or the real FDA showing up at her doorstep and shutting her down. She posted a statement online about the quality of the pink sauce and wrote, "Dear Pink Sauce customers, thank you for your loyalty and patience as we bring pink sauce to life. Please rest assured that our pink sauce team is hard at work ensuring our pink sauce is safe and abiding by all food and safety guidelines. Furthermore, we are dedicated to providing our current and future customers with clear, unambiguous, and accurate labels and descriptions of the pink sauce and its ingredients that meet and exceed the FDA guidelines. We look forward to fulfilling your orders soon and delivering you the freshest pink sauce. Thank you, and if you need me, I'll be in the kitchen. With love, Chef P." She also went on to post an apology video and address why the labels were printed with spelling mistakes and serving size errors. Her reasoning? She claims that her product is still in lab testing.
My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. You guys will not be receiving pink sauce bottles with the bad label. We are replacing all of the labels. We also are sending you guys a gift and a thank you note. And this is a small business, y'all. This is a small business that is just moving really, really fast. Yes, we are following FDA standard. However, we are currently in lab testing. We are in lab testing currently.
So yeah, I think what we can take away from this situation is that people on TikTok will buy and consume anything for views. The fact that the pink sauce sold out just because of the mystery around the sauce and everyone wanting to post reviews is just crazy. It's not worth risking your health for. Anything that's made in someone's kitchen without gloves, has the wrong serving size, spells ingredients wrong, and ships dairy midsummer with no ice might be something you want to avoid. I think Chef P really did have a good idea on her hands. The whole reason this blew up was because it was this bright pink sauce being poured all over different types of food. It really got people interested and they wanted to know what it tasted like. Unfortunately, it's safe to say that corners were cut in an effort to get the sauce out as quickly as possible, soaking up her sudden spike in views. If Chef P had secured a proper handling facility and worked with the right people who understand the science behind food storage and shipping, then maybe this would have actually worked out for her. Right now, the pink sauce is listed as sold out, and hopefully it stays that way until some serious changes are made. Anyways, guys, that's all for us today. Let me know what you think about the pink sauce and this whole situation down below. And let me know what you think about these longer form videos. Do you prefer them sometimes over the shorter drama videos, or do you just prefer the quick tea? Let me know, and I'll see you next time.
A certain viral condiment on TikTok has exposed the dangerous sacrifice that comes with individuals entering the food business.
The pink sauce sold.
I f with it.
And that's consumer safety. But is the backlash against TikTok's notorious sauce warranted?
Pink sauce is canceled.
From seemingly unsafe contents
I'm about to throw up. Turn the video off.
to rumors of alleged hospitalizations,
Look where I ended up.
are social media users throwing a small business under the bus for clout? In a story that has the internet baffled and a creator scrambling to provide answers,
what do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products.
is a happy ending still possible?
I'm genuinely scared for the people consuming this.
Let's uncover the truth behind the viral pink sauce. Meet the internet's stickiest obsession, pink sauce. The liquid that evokes the semi-nauseating imagery of tubby custard and Pepto-Bismol has become fodder for a good share of viral social media posts. But with jabs that state the condiment's clientele would just as soon eat at the chum bucket, questions about whether their disregard for food safety measures is the reason why the pandemic lasted so long, and implications that lives are at risk, is there a gravity behind the trending topic that Twitter's 280-character limit just can't fully articulate? To understand what could be at stake for connoisseurs of the pigmented fluid, first we'll have to answer one question. What is pink sauce? Regardless of first impressions, the condiment is not some limited-time-only gimmick from a fast food chain. Neither is it the latest craze in slime, a prop food from some wacky 80s movies version of the future, nor a science experiment gone wrong. At least, hopefully not. Pink sauce is an edible, and yes, pink, condiment that comes from the mind of TikToker Chef P. The Miami-based private chef started posting the sauce in June 2022, and from its online inception, the hypnotically vibrant condiment seemed to stir a different reaction in everyone. For some, that reaction was intrigue, with one user writing, "I just want to know what the flavor is." But other reactions tilted more towards nausea. It would throw me off and I would start gagging, I don't know. There was something about the sauce's blinding pigment that many just couldn't look past. As one user put it, "I just can't get over the color. When something edible is an odd color, I just can't eat it." But whether the response was a tentative yes or an immediate no, there was no denying that pink sauce provoked a reaction. And just like cake disguised as a household item, a botched dye job, or a unique makeup method, there is an inherent virality to the almost luminous liquid. The pink sauce provided a wave of social media influence that Chef P was determined to ride, even if that meant diving in before she learned how to swim.
I'm a creator, I'm an artist, so I love art and I love color, I love food.
Nothing in the chef's virtual history could have prepared her for the level of attention she was now receiving. Chef P's YouTube channel, where she posted dieting advice, health tips, and other content, still hadn't hit the 4,000 follower mark after 4 years.
Oh, what is up, y'all? It's your girl, Carly P, and I am back with another video.
But on TikTok, it only took a few posts featuring her signature eye-catching condiment to attract an audience. Now the creator just had to find a way to strike while her engagement was up. On June 17th, Chef P posted a video pouring the tinted sauce into bottles. She humbly described her invention as edible and natural. Who wants to try it? The creator asked her followers. The video quickly collected over 100,000 views, although some were still firm in their anti-pink sauce stance. Others just wanted the creator to tell them what ingredients lurked in the pink goo. Rather than reply to these questions, Chef P continued to slather the pink sauce onto every snack she could, and hint at an upcoming launch with videos packaging the condiment into bottles with the big bolded letters pink sauce. One viewer commented, "That doesn't look like it should be going into my body," while another limited their response to 2 words, "Unmake it." Pre-sale for the first 100 bottles of pink sauce started on June 25th, and without knowing anything beyond the color of the condiment, the $20 bottles were snatched up within 3 days.
The pink sauce sold.
The orders were set to ship July 1st, the same day as the official launch. In the meantime, Chef P's taste testers were all giving the product favorable reviews.
Thanks so much, girl. This is definitely a 10 out of 10.
And even kids were quick to hype the sauce up.
If you don't like it, like, it don't matter. I want y'all opinion. Like, I want y'all to be honest.
But there was one question the chef's videos left unanswered.
No, that shit good for real.
What did the sauce taste like? Chef P wasn't providing any insight.
Honestly, it has its own taste. If you want to taste it, buy it.
And the descriptors from the creator's test subjects left more than a little to the imagination.
It is sweet, savory, seasoned really well. I love it. It tastes spicy.
Savory, seasoned, spicy, sweet, and ranch-like. All of these flavors made sense on their own, but what would a combination taste like? In an effort to paint a clearer picture for potential customers, Chef P released the ingredients for pink sauce. According to the creator, the condiment contained sunflower seed oil, honey, chili, garlic, and as for what provided the condiment's polarizing color, dragon fruit. The website disclosed further ingredients, including water, distilled vinegar, pink Himalayan sea salt, dried spices, lemon juice, milk, and citric acid. One user commented, "These flavors are so random, I can't even guess what it tastes like." Chef P replied, "That's what I'm saying, LOL, it's worth a try though." Another user raised a more serious concern, commenting, "What are you using to make the product shelf stable?" There had to be some component that kept the milk in pink sauce from going rancid before delivery, didn't there? Finally, viewers started receiving their orders.
I've been hearing about this pink sauce thing that's been going around, everybody, hyping this pink sauce up and everything. But the catch is, like, nobody's made a review of it, about like what it tastes like, what it smells like. I just keep hearing, oh, it's good, it's good, it's good. So,
as for what the sauce tasted like,
imagine like if you would have like a milder ranch, and then you would add like, some sweetness and a little kick of some spice. That's the pink sauce. That's what it is.
And the verdict?
When I first got it, it wasn't really that good. I was like, it's a little off, but I let it cool down in the fridge and stuff, and it wasn't bad.
Other buyers agreed that the sauce was similar to ranch, with mixed levels of satisfaction with their impulse purchases.
It's like watered down ranch, just like everyone's saying, but yeah, there's like a sweet aftertaste that is not good. Like, I would not eat this on my pizza. I wouldn't dip my chicken nuggets in it. It's not bad. Definitely not worth $20 a bottle.
It's like a sweet seasoned ranch. That's what it tastes like to me. But since it's made with oil, it's a lot more like buttery and oily than ranch. Like, it's not nasty, it's good.
Viewers expressed their gratitude for the reviews, with one commenting, "Thank you, Tribute." In fact, it seemed the pink sauce was becoming more of a fear factor level challenge than a splurge-worthy condiment. One user commented on a review, "At least you get to be a part of the lawsuit." Another said, $20 bottled E. coli? You're brave. But were these fears justified? Well, the lack of consistency in the color of the pink sauce that ranged from hot fuchsia to pale pink failed to put viewers at ease. Despite Chef P's insistence, there was no change in color.
The color didn't change, just the lighting.
And then there were claims viewers simply weren't buying, like that the sauce had any health benefits when ingredients didn't seem to back that up. But as more information came out, an inconsistency in color and a lack of nutritious value appeared to be the least damaging allegations surrounding pink sauce. When TikTok user Sean, or Sean SVV, stumbled across some concerning claims made by pink sauce, they felt it was their duty to inform their followers as well as Chef P.
Because if someone gets sick from this, I am scared for the person who gets sick and the person who owns this business.
According to Sean, there were discrepancies in the nutritional information on the bottle that just didn't add up.
But I'm seeing so many errors in this nutritional label, seeing 444 servings, which is 14.4 grams, which almost makes 6,300 something grams in a full bottle, which is inaccurate.
Some have suggested the 444 servings are spiritual rather than factual. Angel numbers are repeating digits some believe are messages from a higher power. Another example of an angel number could be 11:11 a.m., the exact time Chef P chose to officially launch her sauce on July 1st. It's a nice idea if the servings truly did align with an angel number. But when the 444 servings at 90 calories add up to a condiment that's over 39,000 calories a bottle, it appears pink sauce's nutritional accuracy has been sacrificed. In addition to the miscalculations, the label also included misspellings, suggesting a level of carelessness that was a dangerous character flaw for any small business.
And if these small details were overlooked, I'm looking at quality control now. I'm kind of scared.
But a TikToker called Food Science Babe pointed out that mislabelings weren't necessarily cause for alarm.
Incorrect nutrition labels are not uncommon, specifically with small producers. Sometimes they don't have the resources to have a consultant do this for them, so they find something online where they make a nutrition panel and it's incorrect. I see it a lot with small companies.
And although viewers were concerned about the sauce including milk, not every sauce that includes dairy has to be refrigerated before opening.
A sauce like this can be shelf stable. I mean, there's a lot of sauces out there that have milk ingredients, egg ingredients. Ranch is an example of one that are shelf stable until you open them, and then you need to refrigerate them after that.
According to Clemson University's Home and Garden Information Center, when a product includes milk, even at low concentrations, there's a possibility for foodborne illness if the proper measures aren't taken. Although anyone can become sick when food is incorrectly stored, infants, pregnant women, the elderly, and the chronically ill are especially at risk. But according to this TikToker, it seemed the label on Pink Sauce was about as forthcoming with information on storage as the blank care instructions on the website.
This contains milk in it. Milk products usually need to be refrigerated. There is nothing in the label about refrigeration, nor is there an expiration date on the label.
But how much milk exactly was in the product? The tub in this video was not indicative of a small amount, or was that not milk at all? A creator who prided themselves on their unique talent wasn't convinced it was.
I'm really good with dressings.
According to the TikToker who goes by the Sauce Boss, dressings, not including vinaigrettes, typically fall into two categories, mayo-based or mustard-based.
The reason that most dressings, non-vinaigrette dressings, use either mayo or mustard is because it acts as a binding agent.
This prevents the separation between ingredients you would see in dressings that combine oil and vinegar, two ingredients allegedly in pink sauce. The Sauce Boss admitted the honey in pink sauce could work in place of mayo, but using enough mayo to bind the condiment would change the color.
It wouldn't be this light. Also, if you were using enough honey to actually bind the ingredients, it would be thicker than this.
And when the Sauce Boss saw the video of Chef P making the sauce, his suspicions seemed confirmed.
So I was thinking there has to be mayo, or at the very least mustard in it. And then I came across this video, which you see something that looks an awful lot like mayo.
If the recipe didn't involve mayo, the Sauce Boss still believed there was something not adding up in the pink sauce equation.
At the very least, she is using something that's not here to give it that particular color and consistency.
Viewers were also concerned that Chef P was making the sauce in her house rather than a licensed kitchen. But, as Sean mentioned, this was not necessarily illegal.
And there's something called cottage law. It allows you to sell these items out of your kitchen with regulations. Cakes, cookies, cupcakes, pies, jams, preserves, stuff that goes on top of food, stuff like that.
Cottage food laws exist for small-scale operations that don't have the money or manpower to produce at a higher level to use their home kitchens over a licensed kitchen. Naturally, these laws have caused debate. Some believe cottage food laws are essential in allowing small producers a chance to compete with big businesses. Others believe the risk of contamination is too high. It's worth noting that cottage food laws only pertain to low-risk food, such as baked goods, jams, nut mixes, and other foods that aren't likely to be contaminated. This means meat, dairy, eggs, and other food that can be easily contaminated are typically exempt from cottage food laws. According to Food Safety News, a good indicator of whether a food can be sold under most cottage food laws is refrigeration. Generally, if a food requires refrigeration, such as a meringue pie, then it is high risk and cannot be sold. Products that are shelf-stable can contain eggs and dairy while still falling under cottage food laws. Additionally, cottage food laws mainly pertain to small-scale operations where the food is sold directly to neighbors or through farmers markets, where consumers can receive first-hand information about how the food was prepared and stored. Although laws vary from state to state, many don't allow e-commerce or sales that cross state lines. When a business exceeds $250,000 annually, they outgrow cottage law, and Chef P's annual gross sales have exceeded this amount. Home kitchens are also not totally private. The Department of Health or Agriculture often has to approve these kitchens and oversee the business. There are also labeling requirements, including names and addresses of who produced the product, ingredients, measurements, and a statement letting the buyer know it was made in a home kitchen. So, would pink sauce fall under cottage food laws or not? Well, that depends. If pink sauce is shelf-stable, it could be considered a low-risk food, but labeling issues as well as state-specific rules around online sales that cross state lines might have Chef P's precious condiment outside the protection of cottage food laws. Chef P would later address the rumors around these laws, but before that, there's also still the question of whether pink sauce is as shelf-stable as the way it's being delivered would suggest. The sauce has been packaged in what appears to be regular polymailers, not the refrigerated containers you'd want to see in a non-shelf-stable product. As one Twitter user wrote, "Y'all after eating TikTok pink sauce with Shein packaging." And there was another issue: the weather. North America has experienced record-breaking heat waves this summer, leaving cool temperature-dependent packages vulnerable in a long, hot shipping process. One Twitter user criticized the hypocrisy: unvaccinated because you don't know what's in it, but you're eating pink internet mayo sauce shipped to you unrefrigerated in a heat wave. Another wrote, "Wait, so y'all paying $30 to have some random woman ship y'all some secret pink sauce she made in her kitchen clear across the country through USPS in this heat? How could pink sauce withstand the over 100-degree heat it could be exposed to throughout delivery? According to TikTok, it couldn't."
Oh my god. Look at this! It don't even say pink sauce on this
It turned out pink sauce didn't bask in the sun. It bubbled. Customers uploaded videos of their exploded containers with reports that they smelled rotten. The packages, which were set to ship on July 1st, didn't arrive until late July, giving ample time for contamination. High standards may be arbitrary when it comes to taste, texture, and presentation, but consumers should always have high standards when it comes to safety. Food poisoning, though a running gag in sitcoms and films, can have serious consequences that aren't settled after a few hours in the bathroom. Sepsis, kidney failure, and nervous system damage are just a few of the reasons approximately 3,000 people pass away from food poisoning annually. In pink sauce's case, there are also concerns about botulism, a bacteria that releases a toxin that targets a person's nerves, the result of improper preservation, fermentation, or canning practices. The toll botulism takes on the human body can be fatal. In food like this, when you see low-acid foods like raw garlic or dragon fruit being put in a high oil content, we've seen similar products lead to botulism in the past without any acidification of those low-acid foods, Food and Safety Specialist Benjamin Chapman told Health.com. Some people say on TikTok that when the bottle is opened up, it pops or fizzes, or a gas formed. That's an indication that there could be a growth of pathogens. Darren Detweiler is deeply familiar with the lethal effects of food poisoning. He lost his 16-month-old to an E. coli outbreak after the toddler got a secondary infection from another child who had contaminated ground beef. This experience motivated Darren to become a food policy safety expert, making it his obligation to educate the public on the possible dangers of the viral pink sauce. According to Darren, trusting an influencer enough to buy your food from them is on the same level of finding a really good deal on some steaks you bought from a guy in the back of his pickup down the highway. With pink sauce, there's no indication a control method is in place to keep the product from spoiling and allowing the pathogens that cause botulism to grow, the food policy safety expert told News at Northeastern. But Darren noted outcry only seems to follow consequences in such situations. Most of these cases could have been prevented. The sad part of this, what I've seen for 3 decades, is that every time we talk about changes in policy, it comes after consumers have already been harmed, he told the Northeastern University paper. And when it comes to pink sauce, are we too late? According to stories spreading across social media, the condiment has allegedly started claiming its first victims. In a viral Reddit post, a person claimed they had noticed a charge on their credit card they couldn't account for. It wasn't until their 15-year-old daughter was allegedly rushed to the hospital that they realized what it had been used for, a sauce with a pink hue. Her condition is bad. Doctor said she should be fine, but she's not out of the woods yet, the Redditor wrote. As for more information about the purchased condiment, they claimed, "I checked the label that was adhered to the bottle with glitter. The ingredients was misspelled and the nutrition facts looked like a 5-year-old made it. What the f did my daughter just buy that could have killed her?" But from the forced parental tone to the tangent about making the daughter pay the hospital bills, something about the post was noticeably off. One Reddit user commented, "It's absolutely fake. It hits on every single talking point that the TikToks exposing the pink sauce situation have made." Others accuse the post of being an attempt to get positive Reddit karma, which are upvotes that lead to a post being more visible. Commenters pointed out the Redditor made a new account just to make the post. The post was later removed by moderators, but there were more allegations of pink sauce poisoning popping up online. One TikToker even posted from inside a hospital.
Y'all really need to stop buying these pink sauce from that girl on TikTok. Look where I ended up.
The user promised a story time and later claimed the sauce had given them food poisoning, leading to them retching a yellow liquid they assumed to be the oil.
Guys, I'm about to get discharged today. I had real bad food poisoning. It was a very liquid yellowish type of throw up.
Overall, viewers were unsympathetic. One commented, "Yeah, well, this is what you get from buying something off of TikTok." Others were convinced the story was untrue, given the sparse details and the fact that these were the only videos the user had on their profile. I think this is a lie. I want to see emails of order confirmation, tracking, orders on bank statements, all the evidence. But if allegations of hospitalizations were damaging to Pink Sauce's brand, what would happen if the rumors took a more fatal spin? When this TikToker went missing after his hospital visit, viewers assumed the worst.
I literally feel like I have to go to the bathroom like every 15 minutes. And I look like I got hit by a bus, like, I feel really warm.
But in another case of crying wolf, the TikToker was very much alive. In fact, he had never been sick in the first place.
Sorry if I scared y'all. I mean, that was my intent, but like, not like this.
He also had apologies for Chef P, and an explanation.
Sorry if this scared you at all or impacted your business in any way. That was never my intent. The opposite, actually. This was meant to be a full social experiment to see how quickly other people could spread misinformation.
But what the TikToker did wasn't just a prank. To some, it looked a lot like defamation.
I want to go on record and say, because people are saying that she wants to sue me, I have never tried Pink Sauce. I have never bought Pink Sauce. I am in no way affiliated with Pink Sauce.
The creator went over the loopholes that could get him out of a lawsuit, including that Pink Sauce isn't trademarked, meaning he could have been talking about any pink condiment. This, along with other instances of careful word choice, the TikToker believed would protect him from allegations of defamation.
I never said that I was dying or anything like that. I just said in loving memory. Yes, that implies death, and I understand that's wrong, and a lot of y'all are probably like, oh my god, but I was never ill.
But what did Chef P think about people bashing her business for online clout? Safe to say the creator wasn't thrilled. "They accused me of poisoning a nation," Chef P told Vice's tech department Motherboard. "I'm having to deal with the backlash from a mistake that I didn't even make." And it didn't seem like the chef was in any mood to forgive the TikToker who had faked passing away from the pink sauce. The apology wasn't genuine. Not only did it affect my business, but my children had seen that video before I saw that. So I had to come home to my child thinking that I had ended somebody. I'm like, what? Chef P told Motherboard. "I've been to therapy, thank God. I've practiced healthy mental exercises. However, now it's affecting my children. I'm not tolerating it anymore. I know I'm not doing anything wrong behind closed doors. They can't bully me." Bullying? Maybe. At the very least, there seemed to be a clear social media pylon. But was Pink Sauce truly above board? Chef P hasn't shied away from defending her sauce online.
People are hating for no reason, but yeah, the pink sauce is amazing.
At the same time, the creator had made sure to acknowledge those who have supported her through the allegations.
I just want to say thank you so much to the positive people that are supporting the movement, supporting my creativity.
And Chef P hasn't only been vocal on TikTok, she's also been attempting to clear her name to the media. In an interview with the Daily Dot, Chef P acknowledged typos in the labeling. "Our nutrition fact label had an error in it, and now they're trying to carry it along and say the nutrition is falsified because there's a typo. No one will receive a bottle that has the messed up label. We had to redo everything pretty much, but business is business," she told the outlet. The chef clarified that the milk the product contained was dried and less than 2%. She also claimed the citric acid and vinegar in the sauce acted as natural preservatives that kept the condiment safe during shipment. And when it came to the memes Pink Sauce inspired, Chef P seemed almost proud of the virtual lashing. "I'm like, this is the Madonna, this is the Beyonce of those sauces," the creator told NBC News. As for the sauce's changing color, Chef P claimed that earlier sauces had been prototypes, and the color had been adapted to her audience's preference. In an interview with Glamour, the chef elaborated on the decision to lighten the sauce, which ultimately had to do with the after effects of eating a dragon fruit heavy sauce. "It's like if you eat too much beets. So I didn't want people like, oh, my shit is pink." The chef claimed the production of Pink Sauce is currently on pause while it goes through laboratory testing. The hopeful outcome of the tests being that the creator could find a way to sell the sauce in stores, according to a since deleted TikTok. NBC could not confirm the alleged lab testing, as Chef P was waiting for the results before she disclosed the name of the facility. But the need for testing, the changes in color, the incoherent nutritional label, all of this was implied to be a part of the brand's self-discovery, a journey that was only just beginning. The pink sauce has only been a product for 20 days, literally. We have been going through trial and error just like any other business, Chef P told Glamour. But could this trial and error be a sign pink sauce wasn't ready for public consumption? You don't go to market when you're in a trial phase, Darren Detweiler told News at Northeastern. Yet it sounded like this was exactly what Chef P had done. But the creator was quick to respond to any flaws in the sauce's rollout. When bottles leaked, Chef P refunded the alleged 50 customers who were impacted and took responsibility. It was our fault, Chef P told Glamour. We should have used boxes instead of bags. Still, there was a lack of transparency over what exactly pink sauce was made of. I'm not gonna address my process, just because of legal purposes with my trademark and stuff like that, Chef P told the magazine. Although she implied those who claimed to know what the sauce was made of had no clue what was really inside. Their production of my process is absolutely wrong. I'm being judged from a video that I made before the pink sauce was a product. It seems Chef P felt the public scrutiny over her condiment was overkill. The world is really curious about my creation, and they're being malicious, she told the Washington Post. Still, Chef P had supporters that allowed her to sell an alleged 700 bottles of the pink fluid. And it seemed all the discussion surrounding cottage food laws was for nothing, as the chef claimed her sauce was produced in a commercial, FDA-approved kitchen. And speaking of the FDA, the federal agency was about to appear at the creator's doorstep. On July 22nd, Chef P went live on Instagram with a special guest star, an FDA representative.
We haven't shipped out any packages since, we have became aware of this issue, and we fixed the packaging as well.
Okay. Well, on the business card has my email address. Any changes you make to your label before you wait to spend money creating something that might not be accurate yet. If you have like a draft copy, you could send it.
Chef P seemed grateful for the guidance.
He's gonna help me. Yeah. Thank y'all. Y'all got me help from the FDA.
Now, it seemed any suspicion over pink sauce dodging health codes and protocol could be put to bed.
I just wanted to verify to you guys that I am a legitimate business, and yes, the FDA did come to my house, and I do not operate my business here, and we are getting everything corrected properly. Have a great day.
Chef P spoke about her new working relationship with the FDA with Motherboard. I am 100% compliant. I'm abiding with the FDA, she told the magazine. The chef was convinced that from now on, there would be no serious allegations against the pink sauce. I'm not in trouble. I'm not going to jail. Nobody can accuse the pink sauce of anything going forward. But the chef still felt she had been persecuted by the public. They ridiculed Jesus, so who among us? The creator told Motherboard. But according to a clip from a July 21st live stream, Chef P hadn't always had a relationship with the FDA, or the strongest grasp on what the agency was responsible for.
What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health. I never said that. Did I?
The chef wasn't entirely off base. The FDA doesn't have to approve foods before they go to market. Although when issues with food safety come up, the agency does have the power to step in. Still, Twitter had a field day with the creator's remark. One user asked what she thought the F meant, pharmaceutical? Another pointed out the red flag this should be for those who purchased the pink sauce, tweeting, "Y'all was buying food from a TikTok lady that couldn't tell you what FDA stands for." The video soon went viral, leading to F in FDA trending on Twitter. And for anyone who was still uncertain, Uberfax tweeted, "The F in FDA stands for food." That same day, Chef P posted a since-deleted 52-minute YouTube video. "Y'all really just gotta give me a break. Y'all gotta stop this negativity," she told viewers. According to Chef P, she had first-hand experience dealing with someone with allergies, making food safety a top priority.
And we care about y'all health concerns. My son is... Go get your EpiPen, please. My son carries an EpiPen with him to school every single day. We can't even go to Benihana's. I can't even go to Benihana's without my son having a panic attack or something.
On July 27th, an email went out to every pink sauce customer with a subject line that read, "Urgent update. The email claimed the creator was still working to ensure each customer's safety after the allegations that had called the pink sauce's integrity into question. She confirmed she was working with the FDA, along with the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. The email went on to say the product's packaging was being updated and, despite what earlier videos of her making the sauce might suggest, it contained no raw garlic, an ingredient that has been linked to botulism when not handled properly. Pink Sauce also now has terms and conditions, including the previously absent instruction to refrigerate after use and the refund policy that does not include willingly opened seals. So, what does the future of pink sauce look like? As discussion on social media persists, Chef P has continued promoting her sauce and posting positive reviews.
It's a buzz. This is good.
But with the sale of the product on an indefinite pause as it undergoes lab testing, would pink sauce ever return to market? Or was the condiment destined to fade from cultural relevance, like the Technicolor memories of Heinz Easy Squirt Ketchup or Pepsi Blue? Not so fast. Chef P had an announcement.
I know y'all been wondering where I'm at, where's Chef P, and what's going on with pink sauce, and why is the pink sauce sold out?
The TikToker had partnered with Dave's Gourmet, a company famous for Dave's Insanity Sauce, known as the world's hottest sauce for a time.
I'll have the opportunity to collaborate with food experts with over 100 years experience in the commercial food industry combined.
Chef P thanked everyone who had stuck beside her during Pink Sauce's bumpy launch.
I'm so excited about the growth and scaling of the sauce and the pink universe and the boys and the girls that support the movement.
With the help of Dave's Gourmet, it seemed pink sauce would be on the cusp of taking the leap from Twitter punchline to trusted condiment staple.
Thank you so much, Dave's Gourmet, for believing in me and supporting my dream, and it's go time.
In the caption, Chef P wrote, "I will be working with Dave's Gourmet to bring my brand into FDA compliance quickly and accurately. We will work hand in hand to ensure we have a shelf-stable formula that tastes great and follows the rules. Watch my entrepreneurial journey while we turn the pink sauce into a household name the right way with Dave's Gourmet help by focusing on bringing my vision to the market safely." Although some viewers believe Dave's Gourmet was risking their reputation by collaborating with the TikToker, others were proud of how far Chef P had come. One user commented, "This is great news. Let this woman be great now and be educated on how to make the sauce without spoilage. That's all everyone wanted." Another wrote, "I don't know why people are hating. She's actually going about it the right way now, and it'll be safe to eat and probably a lot cheaper." Pending lab results, FDA approval, and possible lawsuits, the fate of pink sauce still hangs in the balance. But if pink sauce is greenlit and Chef P is able to release a certifiably safe version of her condiment, could there be a future where everyone wins? Or after everything that's happened, is pink sauce beyond redemption? It's hard for a brand to rebuild a damaged reputation.
That label is not correct. Which means, is anything else on the label actually correct?
And even harder to regain trust.
She's definitely not telling us the full ingredients list.
In order for pink sauce to have a future, consumers have to reckon with one major question. Is forgiveness possible when an individual learns their lesson?
So yeah, y'all see? Legitimate business.
Only after they have put others in harm's way. Only time will tell if the sauce will live up to its viral name. This is the story of Pink Sauce, the condiment that exposed the dangers of food production.
The pink sauce ain't made one sale this month. Not one single sale.
Chef P's pink sauce has officially failed. In a series of update videos, she reveals her pitiful sales figures.
They gonna send me a check for
admitting she's clueless about the product.
I don't know what's going on with the pink sauce. I don't know where the pink sauce at.
Whilst being in denial, thinking it'll make a comeback.
The pink sauce will soon be a globally distributed product. I don't know how it's gonna happen.
The fact that she experienced any success now seems like a miracle, as by Chef P's second video, she was already facing problems. In its very first showcase, the sauce had a vibrant appearance, but in the TikTok that followed, the pink was slightly different. The color has changed changed so much. 2 days later, it was back to a darker pink, but 5 days after this, it was lighter than ever before, creating instant suspicion amongst potential customers. Why does it keep changing colors every video, whilst the sauce's consistency was also inconsistent? In some videos it was thick, sticking to the food like glue, whilst in others it was watery, dripping off any food it was put on. The fact that the consistency has changed so much really concerns me, although as shown in the very same comment, people were also incredibly curious. Why was it pink? How did she make it? Most importantly, what did the pink sauce taste like? Chef P's friends all seemed to love it.
This is definitely a 10 out of 10.
But she didn't describe the flavor, building irresistible intrigue.
Honestly, it has its own taste. If you want to taste it, buy it. It goes on sale tonight.
People had gotten to the point of demanding she sell the product publicly, as Chef P had held off for ages to ensure the sauce was perfect.
We are doing quality testing to ensure that we get the best quality out to you guys to have minimum to no complaints.
In a different TikTok, she included an inspirational soundbite stating, "The biggest thing you have to worry about is making sure your quality stays up, creating expectations that the sauce would be incredible." But as she announced her first drop of 100 limited bottles, the top comment hinted at the sauce's next problem. Is it approved by US Food and Drug Administration? Well, to put it simply, no. In fact, Chef P didn't even understand what it was.
What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical product. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health.
Thinking the F in FDA stood for pharmaceutical. People are really out here buying and eating pink sauce from a woman who doesn't even know what the F in FDA stands for. To silence the backlash, she'd host a live stream titled "The FDA is at my house."
It is safe. We are taking the precautions.
Although people found this strange. Comments read, "That's not how the FDA works, as the FDA don't do house calls," forcing Chef P to admit she was lying. Turns out she'd been visited by Florida Health Services, which seemingly failed to make the product safer. The bottles had no nutritional info or list any of the ingredients, which Chef P still didn't disclose even after being asked.
I can't tell you the ingredients that I used to make it pink, but it's pink.
At a different time, she even lied about ingredients, claiming it had no garlic.
The pink sauce contains 0 raw garlic ingredient.
Although in a video of her making it, you can see raw garlic floating in the mix. People therefore stated, "Okay, but for real, what herbs are in the pink sauce? Because like I'll get some, but I don't want to have an allergic reaction." No ingredients listed sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen if someone has an allergic reaction, forcing Chef P to reluctantly oblige.
I've been seeing all the shady comments. There will be nutrition facts. Calm down.
No, you kinda literally have to tell us how you made it pink, to which Chef P responded, "I don't have to do anything. Of course my package will have nutrition facts." This was confirmed as she sent her first shipment, but the top comment predicted there'd be shipping problems. Hey, I deliver for USPS, and we kinda just shove packages into the mailbox or lockboxes. These things are probably gonna overheat and curdle or explode, which turned out to be perfectly accurate.
Oh my god. Look at this! It don't even say pink sauce on this bitch.
The sauces had been sent in the middle of summer, and after taking 2.5 weeks to arrive, many had fully exploded.
And this is, no ma'am, we're not trying this. Look at this. It stinks.
The bottles that didn't explode were still extremely bloated.
I'm just a little worried about it being swollen. I don't know if this is considered swollen or not.
In which case the pink sauce became completely rotten. It was because the product contained milk and honey, which grew so much bacteria it expanded the bottle.
So no doubt by the time you receive your pink sauce, the milk is already spoiled. So you're basically just buying poison.
A food safety expert stated, "In some cases, raw honey can cause botulism, an extreme case of food poisoning. So it's no surprise that some people are reporting that they got violently ill after eating the pink sauce. One person claimed it sent her to hospital.
Y'all really need to stop buying these pink sauce from that girl on TikTok. Look where I ended up.
Explaining the pink sauce gave her real bad food poisoning. It seems to be the oil that she put on that sauce didn't sit well on me, whilst a Reddit user posted a similar story. My 13-year-old daughter bought a bottle of pink sauce online without my knowledge and is now in hospital. I can't even think straight. Chef P responded by claiming that these weren't real.
People making fake reports saying that they were getting sick from the pink sauce. However, they never even made a pink sauce purchase.
But with incorrectly listed ingredients, this certainly could have happened. For example, the bottle's label misspelled vinegar as vinger, which could have just as easily been a misspelling of ginger. Another person noticed her using a white mayo-like substance, which also wasn't listed.
She is using something that's not here to give it that particular color and consistency.
But the problems with the label only kept on going.
There is nothing in the label about refrigeration, nor is there an expiration date on the label.
In addition to no expiry or refrigeration warning, the bottle incorrectly stated it had 444 servings, which at 14.4 grams per serving meant the bottle should have weighed 6.4 kilos or 14 pounds. To add a cherry on top of the cake, the label didn't fit the bottle, but surely Chef P was on standby to fix potential problems. Well, instead she was partying on a boat, blaming the customers for the product's shortcomings.
You guys are judging a prototype. A prototype is when a product is not an official product.
However, a lawyer named allegedly Stephanie explained this wasn't even legal.
You cannot have a prototype of food, ma'am. When it is food, it has to be perfect, as in at least edible, at least not making people sick.
Leading Chef P to apologize.
My apologies. I'm only human. I'm not perfect.
And remove the sauce from sale until she could fix its problems. In the meantime, people began to joke. It's all fun and games till you see her pink sauce in the store, although nobody expected this would actually happen until it was announced you could buy the sauce in Walmart. Chef P stated, "I'm ready for chapter 2, having partnered with a company called Dave's Gourmet, who used their expertise to ensure the product wouldn't explode."
Thank you so much, Dave's Gourmet. I'm so excited about the growth and scaling of the sauce.
With articles such as how the pink sauce chef survived her downfall, and comments like, "Oh, I'm so happy for her. They were bashing her so much," it seems Chef P had fixed her reputation. She reassured the audience, "We will not let you down," and with the sauce in over 4,000 stores, Rolling Stone literally wrote, "It's hard to see what would stop her at this point. The taste of that victory must be sweet," although only 16 days later, people already found the bottles being taken off shelves.
People have started to post videos showing that the pink sauce is going on clearance, which, by the way, look at this color, and look at the color that the pink sauce lady showed. That is not pink.
As mentioned, the color had also changed dramatically. In multiple different TikToks, the contents turned a yellowish brown.
In reality, it's like the same color as cane sauce,
possibly informing another massive price drop. It's funny because most of the pink sauce is on the clearance section in Walmart for 50 cents, but somehow the bottles still fell further.
So a video just went viral showing the pink sauce on clearance at Walmart for just 25 cents a bottle.
Chef P's comments filled with people calling her a failure, yet she'd respond by stating, "When they say you fell off, but pink sauce just sold 200,000 bottles." People therefore thought she was doing extremely well, although it turns out the opposite was true.
I almost got evicted from my home. I had to go get $20 from my mama.
Pink sauce creator claims she's broke due to a faulty deal. "I don't even have enough money to buy my kids food." The article explained Chef P had opened a GoFundMe trying to raise $100,000 as, "Right now I don't even have enough money to buy my kids food on my own. My mum is on disability and has been giving us $20 just to get by on a daily basis." This was confirmed by a video showing her eviction notice, claiming Dave's Gourmet had stolen her recipe and ruined the product by changing its color.
Dave's Gourmet should know why the sauce turned yellow when it hit the shelves.
She further added, "They lied to me. They are not paying me and are not being transparent about records. I have been silenced and financially sabotaged. They are refusing to pay me the royalty that is owed to me."
These people defrauded me, so I would have to sue them for fraud.
Although it turns out this was just another lie, because Dave's Gourmet responded, explaining they'd paid her 120 grand, which Chef P had wasted on luxury spending. They'd further explained that she'd requested over $10,000 in marketing expenses to throw herself a birthday party to maybe be featured on TikTok. She also requested that they pay for her dress $800 and shoes $600 plus. Chef P also attempted to submit business expense reports for personal expenses, like buying 4 pairs of sneakers or expensing her grocery bills, but when Dave's Gourmet would not approve these expenses, she got upset and never collaborated with them since. Chef P instead took her GoFundMe earnings and relaunched the pink sauce in a new powder format, which supposedly somehow completely sold out. People joke that she probably only had 10 in stock, to which Chef P angrily responded, "Thanks for keeping me on the algorithm with your meaningless comment. If she did only have 10 in stock, August the Duck bought 40%.
There are 4 total sauces, 2 blue sauces, 2 pink sauces,
exposing the product as extremely expensive.
Each one of these packets, 1 single serving, $20 a piece. I spent $80 fucking on what you're looking at right here.
He then had to spend a further $70.
We need 4 different ingredients to make this sauce. About $150 is how much I've spent
for what he discovered was a terrible flavor.
I'm sorry, Chef Pie, but no, they're both definitely gross. It does not taste like ranch. It tastes far worse than ranch.
Likely contributing to Chef P's current position, literally 0 sales, as was shown in the opening clip.
The pink sauce ain't made 1 sale this month, not 1 single sale.
And as of just the previous week, the Pink Sauce website is now fully deleted. On top of this, Chef P's company Flavor Crazy was previously listed as active, but after recently checking the very same page, it now rather says inactive. She'd post on her Instagram, "Normalize being out of the loop. Like, what is even going on, lol?" Likely because she doesn't even know where to buy the original pink sauce.
I haven't seen nothing at no Walmart or no other store. And it's my business, it's my product, and I don't even know where it's at.
And only that she's receiving basically 0 royalties.
They gonna send me a check for $121. Lord Jesus, take the wheel.
$121 is too generous. But Chef P's still convinced she has $1 billion business, which is a pretty crazy value for a product that's only sold secondhand on eBay.
This week, a creator on TikTok began selling their own special homemade dipping sauce, and it got extremely popular, not only on TikTok, but across the entire internet. It's called Pink Sauce, and it became a sensation because it's so concerning. Even just its appearance is alarming. It looks like runny Pepto-Bismol. It looks like Majin Buu donated blood and it got turned into dipping sauce. It looks like the paint they use at glow-in-the-dark mini golf courses. It just doesn't look fit for human consumption. And it turns out it's not exactly safe to eat. So let's get into it because this is a wild rabbit hole. So TikTok creators started making these posts promoting the pink sauce, and then it eventually went up for sale for people to buy. And right away people noticed something was really peculiar with the bottle because it said there were 444 servings per bottle, which is obviously wrong, unless of course it's just the smallest serving sizes of all time. Like 1 tiddlywink of sauce is all you're supposed to consume before you like actually die from it, like cyanide. And not only is like some of this shit on there mislabeled, but some of the ingredients are misspelled. But the thing that really stood out to me is one of the ingredients in the sauce is milk. And this is shipped over state lines, and it's packaged in just these baggies, like these small bags. There's no like ice or anything to freeze it, no dry ice to keep it cool. So you're just getting shipped hot milk. Also, there's no preservatives in it. So it has nothing to keep it stable. There's no way it survives the shipping process intact. It just becomes unedible. There's no shelf life here. The second this thing leaves a refrigerator, it's on a tight clock. You have maybe like 1 good hour with the pink sauce before it just turns to nuclear waste. It's just a disaster. So no doubt by the time you receive your pink sauce, the milk is already spoiled. So you're basically just buying poison. Like fundamentally, this is the Tide Pod challenge all over again, but in a bottle. By the time it reaches you, you've just got yourself like a goddamn container of rat poison. You may as well just go down to your local Walmart and just get a can of Raid Wasp Killer and start chugging that, or dipping your chicken in that. You'd get the same flavor out of it.
Need to talk about pink sauce and why a lot of people are concerned for the people that have bought this sauce from the lady that makes it on TikTok, because the hue of the sauce keeps changing. Every photo, every video, the sauce color looks different, and also she doesn't describe what it actually tastes like. I don't know if it is to promote it, get people to buy it just to see what it tastes like, but she will not describe the taste. She says it's because she cannot describe the taste. I've been hearing it kind of tastes like ranch, not exactly ranch, but basically ranch.
I think it's important to note that the pink sauce that they're eating in the TikToks is probably safe. Like, that was probably refrigerated and kept at the proper temperature, so that way it didn't just turn into a bottle of rancid sludge. But the pink sauce people are receiving are the bottles that were just shipped through the mail in the hottest summer on record. So I think they're getting a very different sauce here. So they're probably fine in the videos you're seeing, but if you're one of those poor souls that ordered this, I mean, Godspeed to you. You're gonna really be training your immune system, have that shit working overtime, because this is a recipe for disaster. Like, this shit seems like it would give you botulism and COVID at the same time. Also, fun fact, I decided to look into this a little bit more, and a food safety expert weighed in on it and actually confirmed what I was just joking about, that you can actually get botulism from this product. Imagine paying $20 just to get murdered by some viral sauce you saw on TikTok. This shit is just basically paying $20 for an assassin in a bottle.
Now that people have purchased it and received it, they're noticing that there's a lot of stuff that's really sketchy with the bottle. The nutrition facts seem to be off. It says there's 444 servings. Some of the ingredients are spelled wrong. The website also just seems so poorly put together. Like, what is this? Why does it say this? It's literally like $20 for a bottle, and a lot of people are now worried that this creator is going to be facing a lawsuit.
Yeah, if people keep reporting that they're getting violently ill from the pink sauce, I think there probably is grounds for a lawsuit. But I also think it's entirely their own fault for being stupid enough to buy sauce from a complete stranger on TikTok.
The sauce was also arriving in the mail in these bags. They were not like boxed up with bubble wrap, and we're talking about liquid sauce here. So obviously some people were receiving them literally exploded. It's honestly so sad. I'm really rooting for small businesses, but when it comes to food, you need to be careful with what you're buying and the safety and everything.
I see a lot of people putting the focus on the wrong thing here with the shipping, talking about how it would always spill and all of that. And while it's true, since it was packaged so inefficiently, the spilling should be like the least of your concerns. That's a blessing. If all of your pink sauce spilled into the box, that means you can't consume it, which means you won't die from it. The most important problem is that they shipped it without any like refrigeration to keep it cool. And if the ingredients are accurate, there's no way that that can get as hot as it would during transit to get to you. Like, by the time you get it, it is no longer safe to consume. So, yes, it is true that it was packaged so poorly that all of them spilt. Like, here, I'll show you a couple more videos. Pay attention to, like, the color, too, and also look at how they always, like, arrived spoiled in most of the videos.
I can't even respond to that. I'm just gonna let that one fly right on over. I'm gonna let that one fly.
Didn't even like actually arrive pink, just ooze, just revolting slime. Now, the creator of it did respond and posted a video about it, but it's not exactly a good response, and she just chalks a lot of it up to being a small business and new to it. But when you're selling a product like this, you're literally being entrusted with people's lives. You know, like, they're trusting you not to give them foodborne illness, salmonella, botulism, you know, all of that. So it's kind of hard to just be like, oh, it's just a small business, they're learning. So what if a few people have to die for them to get the pink sauce right? You know, it's not exactly, like, super excusable, if you ask me.
Time to acknowledge the elephant in the room. So, I want to start off by saying, number one, my apologies. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. The grams got mixed up with the serving size. There's 444 grams of pink sauce inside of each container.
So she starts by addressing the 444 servings thing, saying it was just an honest mistake where grams got mixed up with the serving sizes and that it was being fixed, so all the labels going forward would have the proper serving size.
This is a small business, y'all. We are working to try to get the price mark down on the pink sauce. I want to also say I appreciate y'all for supporting me, for spending $20.
She also mentions they're going to work on getting the price down, but again, I don't think there's any price you could pay me to even take a single lick of a spoon that was even anywhere near a pink sauce bottle. This is just an absolutely horrible venture, and I don't know how people actually bought it. But anyway, let's see how she addresses like the actual safety concerns of consuming it.
Yes, we are following FDA standard. However, we are currently in lab testing. So once we go through lab testing, we will be able to pitch to stores to put the pink sauce in stores, and we're so excited about that.
Good news, they're still in the lab testing, and you all are the guinea pigs. So they'll be able to see what the fatality rate here is on the pink sauce and be able to fine-tune it to be an even deadlier weapon in the future, I guess. They don't address the actual safety concerns of it, obviously, but I would have at least liked some insight on refrigeration instructions, like why does it get to you discolored and fucking hot? It gets to you like molten lava when there's ingredients in there that shouldn't get to that temperature. So yeah, that's where the pink sauce rabbit hole wraps up. I hope no one's gotten extremely sick or have died from it. If they did, it would actually genuinely be their own fault. They'd have no one to blame but themselves. This is an entirely avoidable illness here. You don't have to be exposed to the pink sauce epidemic when it's very clearly not up to FDA protocols, it's not regulated, and it's not been done responsibly. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because this was a pretty wild one. That's about it. See ya.